Hey guys, I'm not even gonna go through the whole oh, it's been a while, whatever, blah blah blah. I'm just gonna go into what we're talking about, and that is going to be ABH cosmetics and different palettes and different eyeshadow palettes, and maybe what eyeshadow palettes would work for you. And then in the second half of this video, I'm gonna go into face palettes as well, because I have a pretty good ABH collection. I have pretty much all of the palettes, um, except for Sultry, Prism, and of course her previous limited edition products I didn't get a hold of because I was kind of late in the game with ABH for a long time. And I hope you guys like this background kind of setup. It's a lot less glary. I'm still on my laptop, so if the sound is a little bit weird, I am going to play this back and watch it back so that I can see what, to work with and everything. But with this background, I kind of look like floating head because I'm wearing black and my blanket is black. But anyway, yeah, I talked to you guys last time about quality versus quantity, and I kind of want to do that again just a little bit because I don't think that I really said what all I needed to say in that video. I think it was kind of it wasn't really that elaborate. Is that the word that I'm looking for? I don't know. But anyway, I've been watching a lot of Candace Victoria, and she does a lot of these types of what palettes are right for you and stuff like that. So I thought that I should do my own my own opinions and thoughts, especially on the ABH, because she is so popular. And somewhere down the road, I do want to try her pressed single eyeshadows. That's definitely down the road because I am planning on going to IMATS next year, which I'm very excited about. And I'm definitely saving my money for that because that's gonna hurt my bank account. So if ABH is there at IMATS, I definitely want to try her blush trios as well because I've heard a lot of great things about that. But yeah, let's just get on with the palettes. Some of these palettes, though, I haven't really played around with that much. And I'm not going to get her Sultry palette just because it doesn't, the colors don't speak to me. They're kind of boring, and I'm not going to get it just for the sake of collecting. I definitely have, a pretty good range of her palettes here. So let's just start off with the kind of, not really OG, but kind of OG of her palettes. And that is the Modern Renaissance. It is definitely a beautiful, warm toned palette. And it definitely has some love for me. I do reach for this quite often. I have hit pan in Golden Ochre and Love Letter. But yeah, that is the palette up close. You have really kind of a nice range of colors. You have a little bit of cool tones, with the warm taupes, and you have your reds here, and then you have warm tone colors, and you have an array of very, very nice range of metallics. But yeah, this palette is definitely a staple in a lot of other people's collection as well. Now, if you have a lot of neutrals, do you need this palette? Not necessarily, but because of the quality in this, I mean, it definitely blends. The eyeshadow blends themselves. You don't really have to work with these as much. You can do a quick and simple look using these colors, or you can amp it up and do bright, beautiful looks with these and go out, for a girls' night or to the club, and you can just do a whole lot with this palette. If you were to get any of her palettes, I definitely would recommend Modern Renaissance because It's just super easy to work with, and they blend like butter. The only thing that everyone hates about is the packaging. It's velvet, and mine is, as you can see, really dirty because it's gotten some love. Next, we have the infamous subculture palette. This is definitely a controversial palette. I actually love it. I love mine. Some of the shades, though, you do have to work at, like the greens. A lot of the greens in this palette, you do have to work with blending. But like the yellows and the oranges and like this peach right here, I think they blend really well. And plus, I don't swirl my brush into the pan like a lot of those over dramatic beauty gurus do. When people do things for, you know, drama or over dramatized stuff, it really irks me. Like, of course, you're not going to go into a palette and dig a dig. You know, I'm pretty soft with my ABH eyeshadows. When I dip into them with a brush, I just tap on it once, and I don't tap off the access though, because with this type of palette, when you tap off the access, it is kind of hard to blend, because I feel like some of the shades do blend away when you tap off the access. You want to keep a lot of the pigment on the brush and just kind of lightly blend and build up. That's what I would do, definitely. You don't want to like stick your brush in there and tap off the access and like go in all out. But I hope that makes sense. I don't really tap off the access on a lot of my on a lot of my eyeshadows, but like these are very disappointing. The electric and cube. Okay, well they look okay here, but like, do you see anything there? There's nothing there. And when I put them on my eyes, there's nothing there. The only good metallic shade in here is Adorn. But I don't really gravitate, well, I don't really gravitate towards, but Adorn is really, really pretty. But I don't really gravitate towards like bronzy shades that much. But this is a really nice, do you need this? Like, if you're the type of person that just has one palette for the year, and after you're done with that palette, you buy the same palette, I would definitely go with something like Modern Renaissance or Soft Glam, which we'll get to here in a minute. But Modern Renaissance is just an easier palette to work with. You definitely have to work more with subculture, I'm not going to lie. But I like subculture. The colors definitely speak to me. Soft Glam. I can't really say a lot about Soft Glam. My mom uses this palette. This is actually my mom's palette, but it is part of, you know, the ABH collection. But I was looking at this, and even though it's kind of a boring palette to me, I was looking at this bottom row right here, and I was like, oh my god, those are so pretty and like so warm, and I love that red shade right there. My mom really dug into this shade, Bronze. This palette does get a lot of love, definitely, from my mom. My mom really loves it. I think it's a little bit boring, to be honest, and plus, like, I do think that they have repeated shades from the Modern Renaissance. I'll just put these side by side for you guys, just so that you can see. Oh yeah, these are definitely kind of similar. I don't want to drop these. Okay. But as you can see, they're a little bit, if I can get this off. See, I hate this little ribbon thing. Okay, you know what? Just go underneath. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna ignore that. But they're definitely similar. I can't even hold up a palette. Okay. They're definitely similar, kind of. There's definitely a lot of warm tone shades. You have um, tempera in here. You have burnt orange twice. Cypress umber you have in there twice. You just have, they do have repeated shades in this palette. I wouldn't recommend both. I would recommend either one or the other. I'm pretty sure the quality on this palette is phenomenal. I've heard nothing but good things about Soft Glam. So if you're into more like kind of dark warm tones, then I would definitely get this. Modern Renaissance is definitely on the softer side of things. So yeah, but you don't need to see Modern Renaissance a million times. I like to look at it, I guess. And then you have Norvina, the purple palette, and I do this because it's not really a purple palette. The only reason why it's a purple palette is because of the packaging. I really hate it when people call a certain palette a certain color when they only have like 2 shades of that color. Like there's really only 1 shade of purple, and it's that one right there. This is more of like a periwinkle blue color with like a purple shift. This one is purple right here. It's more of like a dark plummy purple. But yeah, there's only like a few purple shades in here, and the rest is like pink and, like warm tone shades. Now, I hate it when a lot of beauty gurus sit there and look at a palette and go, I don't know what to do with this palette. And I'm sitting there thinking, you call yourself a makeup artist. I don't know. That really irks me when they do that. But like, I actually look at this palette and I tell myself, I don't know what to do with this palette. It doesn't really inspire me. I got it kind of just to have it and keep it in my ABH collection. If I were to go back, I probably would have skipped it and gotten the Prism palette just because the Prism palette actually spoke to me more, but I heard so many kind of negative reviews on that I didn't really get it based on the negative reviews, which I hate doing because I don't watch reviews that much anymore just because it kind of, I try not to base my thoughts on other people's opinions, but this is a really pretty palette. Do you necessarily need this in your collection? I would say no, but if you do want to experiment with, more color, there are a few shades of color, but I will say that rose gold shade is really, really nice on the lid, especially with Eccentric and Passion, like with these two in the crease, and then you put rose gold on the lid. That makes a really nice soft rose gold look. But I don't know. I like the fact that her daughter created this palette. I have total respect for that. I'm not, knocking this palette at all. I'm just saying, for me personally, if I wanted a purple palette, I would just get a bunch of singles and make my own. But this is a nice palette to have, but I personally would have skipped on it if I thought better on it. But yeah, those were all of the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. My thoughts on all of them, I think the quality is definitely there. If you are a one palette type of person, definitely either get Modern Renaissance or Soft Glam if you're more into nudes. If you want to experiment a little bit more, I would definitely go towards Norvina. Subculture is a little bit hard to work with, but all in all, the quality is definitely there with ABH, and I can see why, this is a popular brand to get. But like I said, I would definitely narrow it down to Modern Renaissance and Soft Glam. The only gripe that everybody has about is the packaging. I would definitely change the packaging because I don't like velvet. I'm glad that Urban Decay stopped doing that with the original Naked palette, because the original Naked palette is velvet, and they upgraded the other Naked palettes to plastic, and I think um, the Naked 3 is a tin. It's a tin packaging, which I don't really care for, but yeah, these are all of the eyeshadow palettes. Now I'm going to talk highlighter palettes. I love all of her highlighting palettes. I really can't complain about any of them. I'm going to start with her 4-pan palettes, and this is where I go into the quantity thing. So I have been eyeing the Ofra highlighters for a really long time now. And I keep going back and forth, like, do I need them? Do I want them? They're kind of expensive. I don't know. And kind of compact highlighters are fun. But the thing is that they're really expensive. And when you buy palettes, you definitely get more for your money, because in these you get like 4 highlighters for like $45. I think they range from like $45 to $42. But this is the Sun Dipped palette. And this one is a little bit dark for me, but I do love Summer and Moonstone. As you can see, I've hit not major pan, but I did hit pan on Summer. And this really actually reminds me of Moonstone from Becca, which I think it's funny that this shade is called Moonstone. Sometimes I will use bronzed as a, like very, very lightly as a bronzer. But it is really dark, so I try to like just very lightly go, over my skin. And then Tourmaline, I use as a blush sometimes, so I definitely can get away with this palette. I just have to kind of be careful and limit myself to what I can do with this palette. Definitely, I think bronze would look so pretty on those deeper skin tones. And, I think this actually does suit everyone. You just kind of have to find, what works for you. But yeah, my point on the quantity thing is that, palettes are a lot more easier to collect because you can get a lot more for, what you're paying for. Whereas if you buy 3 highlighters from Ofra, I mean, Ofra does have palettes, but even their highlighting palettes run a little bit expensive. If you buy like 3 compacts from Ofra, that's like $80 right there. I did the math, I added it up. It's like 80, even if you buy 4 palettes, it's like $80-$90, right? And palettes. Singles, if you buy singles, excuse me, if you buy singles, that just, adds up right there. That's like $80. Whereas if you buy, the 4-panned ones, it's like $40, and you get a lot more product and a lot more, highlighters to choose from. This is the Sugar palette. Now, some people say there are repeats in here, but I can't really, I can't really compare because I don't have any of her other like discontinued or limited edition ones. But this one is Sugar, and I love this palette. This is definitely pale girl friendly. You have marshmallow, gumdrop, butterscotch, and Starburst, and I think marshmallow and butterscotch were repeats from the other glow kits. But oh my gosh, I love a white gold highlight and marshmallow. I have dipped. You can kind of tell. What is wrong with the lighting here? I have dipped in marshmallow It's kind of hard to tell, but I love Marshmallow so much. And Gumdrop is a very unique, like, it's almost like a pinky peach with gold. I don't know if you can tell with the lighting, but I just absolutely love this palette, and I do reach for this a lot. And you have your famous Moonchild glow kit. Even with these, like, you get 6. You can tell I've dipped hard in this palette. You get 6, pans. They are a little bit smaller, but this has lasted me a long time. And I love Pink Heart. As you can tell, that's probably my favorite. And for a nice icy white highlighter, I would definitely go with Blue Ice. And I just love Star and Purple Horseshoe. All of these colors are just really pretty. I'm trying to, there we go. I just love these so much. If she would make singles in these, I would definitely get Pink Heart in a single. Or just make like a refillable palette. I would love it if she would upgrade these and make like refillable palettes, kind of like what Kat Von D did with her Shaded Light bronzing palette. But yeah, this one is Moonstone. I highly recommend this. And then we have Aurora, which I don't dip into this one as much, but it definitely does get some love from me. I definitely use Eclipse and Lyra a lot. I mix them together and it just gives the most unique shade. And for another icy white, I use Luna quite a bit. And this one looks scary in the pan, but it's actually not that scary on the cheek. It just gives like a nice purple pinky shade. And we have another green shade called, hell yeah, had to wipe off some. This palette does get dirty. That's my only complaint. It gets like really kind of, there's a lot of dust and kick up from that. Not dust, but kick up from the. Now this one is new. This one is Dream. Look at the holographicness on that. This one is Dream, and I really do like this palette so far. I thought it was going to be, I was going to bypass on this one because I'm like, isn't that similar to the other, like, Moonchild and Aurora glow kit? Nope, it's not. It may look a little bit similar in the pan. Ooh. But definitely not, so much so that you need to pass on this. This definitely gives you more of a different glow than the rest of those do. This gives you more of like a wet sheen look and a dewy finish. Now, if you don't like glitter, then don't get any of them because Anastasia is known for like her glittery highlights. But these are so pretty. I love Magic. So far, I've been dipping into Magic a lot, and I also love Ethereal. Ethereal is a really pretty, like, pinky purple shade. And Unicorn is really good, but it doesn't really show up that great on my skin tone, but I do love Regal. Regal is such a unique, like, pinky, peachy gold color. It shifts like almost like a yellow gold. It's really pretty. And of course I love Wish as well. Like all of these colors are great for pale skin. This is just a really nice palette to have. This is hard. I really can't decide on like just one palette. Again, if you are a one palette type of girl, I would definitely get Sun Dipped because this one you can definitely work with and mix and make it work for your skin tone. I've seen a lot of people use this palette on all types of skin tones. So this one is really good. Like I said, if you're a one a one palette type of gal and you just want one highlighting palette, this is definitely one to go for a more neutral kind of like glow. But if you are a collector or you want like more color, I would definitely go for, if I can open the darn packaging, I would definitely go for Sugar. Sugar is a really pretty palette to have as well. Yeah, like I said, it's really hard on the highlighting palettes because I think they're all really great. If she keeps coming out with them, I'm like 90s love child. I'm gonna keep buying them because it's like Pokemon, I gotta have them all. So that's a quote from 90s love child as well. A lot of people say that, I think, but I just love that when it comes to makeup. It's like Pokemon, I gotta have them all, which is so true. It's like if you see one thing you love, you gotta collect all of them. That's the new Pokemon. But yeah, I definitely highly recommend you just get a few of these palettes at the most because, like I keep saying, it's really hard to choose just one out of them. I just love these. I need to play with them more, which I do anyway because I've hit pan on at least two of these. But yeah, I just love ABH. ABH's product. If she is at IMAX, I'm definitely going to hit the booth, even though, you know, she's easily accessible here. Like, I can go to the Ulta store and pick out pretty much every. Sorry, I keep looking in the beauty finder, but I can definitely get ABH easily. There's a lot of things that they don't have in Ulta. Like I said, her blush trios. I really want to try her blush trios. But anyway, yeah, all in all, ABH is definitely great quality, and I highly recommend you pick up a few things from that brand. I know I'm late to the game with this video, but I do want to come on here and talk more makeup with you guys because makeup is my passion. Makeup is, something that I really love talking about, and yeah, I just want to talk to you guys more about it. So leave a comment down below. Let me know if you have anything from ABH, if you're planning on getting something from ABH, or if you've never tried anything from ABH, just don't be shy. I don't bite. So anyway, I will end this video now. We are 27 minutes in. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.